to another live stream here on the twitch.tv/Xisuma, playing Speedrun City once again. And it's been a week since I last streamed. I have that common feeling like I've missed something important, but hopefully everything's good in the setup. If you notice something wrong, please do let me know in the chat. We got Chiwi Pepper, Lucro, and Hero Blender here with the bananas. Thank you so much. I appreciate you letting me know that we're live. I was going to comment on a solution for this little bit of traffic here. I had my eye on it as I was setting up, but it's backed up so hard now because they want to do this. They want to do that. They all want to go over there. And it's a single lane across the middle. How do I resolve this issue? Do we have two lane, two-way highways? Is that a thing? It's a thing. Will it let me do the upgrade? No. No, it won't. I mean, it does in parts, but then down here it's like, ugh. Someone just did a U-turn. I think there's something really funky with this road connection. Like, what is that dotted line? That causes them all to... It's like a sign here. Yield! Yeah, it sucks, basically. Lots of people in the chat. Crumbiet. Wassaris. Purple Froggy. Stormageddon. There we go, got it. Blakey Moons. Eliga, Glitched Demigod, welcome all to the stream. First stream you could catch on Twitch, says your typical human. Cool, glad to have you here. When it comes to traffic issues like this, I don't know what to do. The connection over the back there, though, would suggest that I had done it a different way rather deliberately. At what point does it need to become like a single lane? I think kind of the whole thing here makes sense to be single and there. But then it's that bit in the middle's like super funky. Hey, maybe we just did it. Also, look at that, like a U-turn. No U-turns. Maybe that was what was needed all along. It feels like the traffic is now flowing, although it's just sent that changing lane maneuver further back. But it does look way more fluid. That's good. That's good. We'll keep our eye on this. So the plan is to kind of tweak the city a bit more today before we expand again. Oh my god, there's so much traffic. Are we making a... Oh, are you doing it again just now? Further back? Oh. Oh, these traffic woes, I tell you. These traffic woes. Then they head all the way over here, and then they either go off in that direction or into the city. Like, maybe a good idea is just to create, like, another connection that branches off here and find it somewhere else to go. I don't know where I'm going to put that. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. Like, I could have a connection here where it just sort of hovers above. And then... like, even having it rejoin. Like... Oh, okay, that's a road maintenance vehicle. So, yeah, okay. You're doing your thing. It's just going to look awful whatever I do, is how I feel. What does chat think? First time watching on Twitch, says Max Level. Thanks for coming over to Twitch. Geoff says X streams on YouTube now. Neat. I do, however, Twitch is where I encourage you to come and watch because this is where my community is. Speaking of which, DJ Echo is here for 63 months with the Amazon Prime. Thank you for using that on me, my dude. Appreciate it. Cold Callous Tans is here for 4 months saying, or sorry, 14. Howdy X, hope you're having a good day. Question, favourite McFlower? I don't know what a McFlower is. Like, a McBurger? A McDonald's burger? I mean, I get that, but a McFlower? Don't know. Don't know what that is. So yeah, I can see us building a little elevated, like one lane thing that rejoins somewhere over here. And then this thing's in the way, so it has to go over the top of that. Let's embrace the spaghetti. Let's embrace the absolute spaghetti and build it, okay? Make sure we've got the highway tab. Get some bendy roads. Maybe put it around here. Okay, there's going to be all the horrible snapping that we don't want. So you can come out here a little bit, but then you got to go up. Oh, the snapping! It's not going to let me. Ooh. What's going on now? Like, click once, click twice. Where's my road gone? Like, then I'm clicking over. What? That was strange. Let's try again. Let's put the snaps back on, perhaps. Oh dear. So it's like, okay, but it creates that little... What is that? Why has my road disappeared? What's going on? Anyway, it really doesn't like it being on that side, does it? So let's say it is on the opposite side. Got a snap. Get a little elevation going. Then try and bring it into the middle, although the snapping here then starts to drive you mad. Kind of looks to me like it's going to be a real pain to get it to come through the middle here. Yeah, maybe this wasn't such a great idea to do it that way. Okay, so let's say we just come across. Nah, it doesn't like that at all. Fussy roads. What would you know? Oh. Turn off the snapping, maybe? Now just let me have a little bridge across here and we'll be good. So it's like blue for a second and then it's like, nope. See if we can get that a little tighter. Aha. Right, and now from here, we'll have it curve this way. And then kind of come across here. I got a feeling this ain't gonna work, because it's gonna do a whole bunch of snappy jappy again. Maybe we just go like across this way. Okay, I think it's actually connecting. Ugh. Just let me build a bridge. Well, that looks okay. Dude, where am I even going to connect it down here? This is like the worst thing ever. The worst road ever. That's how I try and solve traffic, by building obnoxious roads. Okay, sorry, neighborhood. It's, you know, it's for the good of the city. Trying to solve traffic. This won't solve anything. Oh my god, look at the snapping. Like, what is going on here? Okay, I think it doesn't like the first bit. And then that bit's like got a bit of grass over the top of it. Okay. Whatevs. Will anyone actually use this road? Has the start of this stream been entirely pointless? Let's find out. Jaden Data, thank you for 2 months with the Prime. Appreciate it, my dude. Thank you for supporting. You are putting too many intersections close together. That's why the traffic is stuck. Maybe upgrade the highway to a free ride and move around the ramps. Oh, that's a clever idea. Dang it, I just finished building this crazy road. Pooh River Woo, another sub, says Shark Warrior. We do have a Pooh River. I'll give you that. I think they don't like it because it's probably longer than the other, just going straight through even though there's loads of traffic. Right. 3-lane, 2-way highway is what we want, I guess. This could potentially, like, it's, first of all, it snaps to the other side, so that's just wonderful. Then it's like, no, not over here. So, dang it, I shouldn't have changed anything. I do not like the traffic in this game because I can't figure out. Hey, some cars are using it. Some cars are using it. It's just a constant nightmare. Let's try and solve traffic problems by doing something totally different. So, what we did last time, and I didn't have time to finish this off, so I kind of did a little bit just after the stream. We put in our first subway. Subway. Which one's the subway? That one? Yeah, there you go. Subway line number 1. Can we have a look? Where is it? Here it is. No, that's the bus stuff. Okay, it goes up here. There it is. Goes along this street. It's really quite awkward to see until we get this view. Why's it got to highlight the bus stuff? I just want to look at this, right? Do I have control over that? Well, anyway, now you can sort of see it again. So, we've put a line between residential, industrial, and a little bit of commercial, I think, in this area. Not a crazy amount. Where are commercial zones at? It doesn't kind of take you to a commercial zone at all. Anyway, we're going to add more lines and try and just basically take this problem on with the subway. Can one of the mods tell Xisuma that MC meant Minecraft and Jay asked his favourite Minecraft flower was? Oh, right. Right, Minecraft. I thought it was Muck. Muck Minecraft, eh? MC, got it. Geez, what's my favourite? Kind of like the orchard one a lot. Don't know why. That one just pops into my head first. Kikanuai is here for 15 months, and I probably absolutely butchered your name, but thank you for coming by. Haven't watched your streams in a while, so decided to hop in. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you, thank you. And Curls of Doom is here, gifting a sub to Soundwave Hope. Thank you as always, Curls, for those gifted subs. Supporting our community. Appreciate ya. Amchurd says, to be fair, the traffic in this game is way better than in COTY Skylines 1. Oh, Cities Skylines 1. I'm going to switch to sitting down for a bit. The orchard one says some in sus. Yeah. I forget what it's called. Orchard something, right? Hi X, love your stuff. I've watched since season 2, says Drifty Armadillo. Season 2 of Cities Skylines? Or Hermitcraft? Excuse me. Oh gosh, burps, mouth burps. Drinking a hot bevy here. So yeah, okay, subways, right? Just got to build another line. Simple as that. What is with this? The graphics today have been a bit weird. There's like some jitteriness. When I first loaded up the game... Oh, by the way, there was a patch, so stuff has changed. Couldn't find the patch log. But when I first loaded up the game, I had that weird visual effect where I had to reboot the game in order to see buildings properly. Now we've got this other thing. Anyway, the next one, I think we're going to run... Like, my idea is to create like a grid, left to right, and then top to bottom. But it doesn't have to be a perfect grid. So we're going to kind of like follow this. Or maybe this road here. And then go into the industrial area. So I think what we'll do is we'll create a stop here. What building is that? I think I'm going to have to kick out some residents for the sake of progress. Sorry! Okay, so, you know, this residential bit here has kind of got that connection. Probably want another one around here. Also next to the school. Also next to offices and commercial. That should be like a good way to reduce some traffic. then the next stop really needs to be a bit further in. And I think rather than put it on this road here, we're going to put it on this corner. Maybe just a little... we kind of want it to be well connected, so... lag spike. If you're one of these residents here, like, you just walk down the street to get to there. Okay, so 3 stops, maybe a little too close to each other, and then we're going to want probably 2 in the industrial area. And again, looking for those sort of big connections. I don't think we're really going to get it. It's just about distance. So 1 there, and then we'll follow our imaginary straight line over to this area and put 1 maybe a little bit more connected there. Is that going to be visible? Like, right next to our pond, man. X should find a curry house in his commercial zone and rename it to X's Curry House. LeMayo says, Amchurd. That I should do. I agree. JZM, thank you so much, by the way, for 8 months of support. And you're loving that it's another CS2 stream. Awesome, my dude. JZM says, the lucky curry is disappointing. Okay. Everyone knows that I love curry. It was definitely like a bit of a coping mechanism through the pandemic to like just binge on food on the weekends or whatever, like have a big curry. And then I haven't done it for absolutely ages. I haven't been ordering my curries, and I ordered one a couple of weeks ago and I didn't really enjoy it, and so I ordered another one yesterday from a local curry house, and again, like, it was great, but I don't know, I'm just kind of over it now. Yeah, I think you have to go down. Wait, what is it? Overlapping items? Like, we're going below 20 meters here. What's wrong? Let's try 30 meters and see what it says. Okay, so maybe it was lower down at 30. No, again, it's like... Huh. Right, so going from that side, it seems to be okay. Looks to me like we might have an issue with the water here, though. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, and I ordered one yesterday, and I just didn't enjoy it. I think I'm over it. I think I'm over having these like big, you know, pig out kind of meals. I think I just like, I went to a curry house a while back, and I didn't order as much as I would do if I were on my own, and I think like, you know, I ate the right amount. I think I'm over just eating these big meals. I've also been watching this YouTuber for a long time now called Beard Meets Food, and watching someone eat like big portions of food really just like eliminates my desire to do it myself. So I'm kind of over the whole like gorging on food and using food as like, I don't know, a fun time or whatever, however you want to think about it. Really kind of over that. Food to me has become what it should be, which is just, you know, health and energy, and, you know, have a good diet. There is some, by the way, I'm tweaking the heights here. There is something weird with the height system of these subways. Sometimes it's set in 20 and then it goes back down to 30. Maybe it's got something to do with the way we're snapping as well. It's all a little unclear. Mate, I'm a big fan. Any chance of a Vault Hunter stream, says Jersey D. I'm currently planning on streaming Vault Hunters tomorrow. I want to check out the new update and like see jewels, because they've got some changes. Oh yeah, I made a bit of a mistake with the way I laid this out, right? Let's try and fix this. You'll see what I mean. So, oh, actually, did I? Is there a stop here? I think there's a stop here. There should be, yeah, there. Because I was going to move this one to this one over here, which is all fine. And that one will go there, and then the next two... Yeah, no, this one just needs to peel out from here, rather than where it currently is. Curry in the US has been pretty poor in my experience. Miss my locals in Nottingham. Maybe making my own now, much more preferable, says Declan. Declan, hope you're doing well, my dude. If you haven't seen it, there's a guy on YouTube who shows you how to make the BIR at home, and I did one, and like, yeah, you can kind of make the BIR experience at home. It's possible. Drifty Armadillo asks if I still talk to Biffa. Yeah, I have a chat with Biffa every now and then. I haven't asked him about like fixing the city or too much for help. He's actually a huge help with something recently. I had a problem in one of my cities and he informed me that like there's like a patch to fix it. And I wasn't using the patch because I had one of like the early releases of the game. And so I was able to get that fixed, which was awesome. So props to Biffa and his immense Skylines knowledge. Let's get this thing going then. So we're going to go underground. And then we're going to... Alright, we've got to turn the corner here a fair bit. Yeah, it don't like... Let's change the type here. It don't like these underground elements much at all, does it? Like, it was good with that for a second, and then it's like, nope. Right, so now I've dropped it down to 30. That should snap with this. And there you go. So a little whoop whoop, and off it goes to that. So we can build a line here now. One of the things is making sure you get the direction correct, because there's two sides. They've got to work on these views. Like, this is... I'm seeing so much more of the roads and the bus stuff than the subway. But you can click on, like, left or right. And then you want to suss out, like, which way you're going. Which might be tricky here. Oh, see, I can't see. Where's the next stop? Over here? This one's more visible. I think that means we're going in the right direction if we land on that side. Landing on that side again. Landing on that one, then we do like the U-turn, we come back. Stop there, yeah, and it's on the opposite side. I have this thing in my head that that's like the proper way to do it. I could be wrong, could be that it don't make much of a difference. See, now here... Oh, that's because it's going to complete the route, which I don't want to do. I want it to go on the opposite side of the station. So I guess our line then skips one there. Which is kind of like not what I'm trying to do. There you go. So, but that now means it just like literally stops there. Twice in a row. Like it does a little U-turn and stops. That'll complete the route. Yeah, feels a bit odd, that one. But... let's get people on it. So, the first subway line, $5, 3 out of 3 vehicles. Good. This subway line, we're going to put it down to $5 and give it 3 vehicles as well. I don't know why it gives you more or less assigned vehicles. By the way, if I keep adjusting, you can hear me coughing, stuff in my throat. I don't know what it is. I've been fine all day. Start streaming. I guess it's probably because I'm constantly talking. And my voice goes funny. Spokey Dokie, thank you for your 68 months of support, my dude. Appreciate it. Tier free subscription. Thank you so much, Spokey. Hope you're enjoying the stream. X, you're placing the lines wrong. You're using the wrong side of the platform each time. I'm trying to use the right side of the platform, right? Like, I thought I had it. I thought I had it figured out, but as long as the trains go back and forth, we should be okay. Actually, it kind of looks like it flows just fine. The lines don't cross over each other, which was what I think the issue. Oh, look, they cross over there, though. Did they actually cross over here? So they crossed over on that bit, but not on these ones. I don't get it. Oh, that's because I completed the line here. Can I, like, drag and drop and swap them? I'm just going to leave it be. I don't think it'll cause too much of an issue. We can come back and look at that stuff later. So now we've got 2 subway lines in the city. By the time we finish building these, I really kind of want to see that effect of like, oh, look, less traffic. So the next one that we're going to build, let's see. I feel like, let's look at our zones. I feel like we lack a fair bit of commercial in this sort of area. But yeah, we could put a station maybe in this area, which could be sort of connected by this bit. I think we're gonna. Whoa. I think we're gonna have to run like a subway through this bit, through the next bit down here, and then a fifth one that goes through all of that. And there'll be lines for it. There'll be connections all over the place. I don't know why that one's got a no track connection yet. The other one's like, nah, not a problem. Anyway, this is just the rail yard, so yeah, let's go put these things in. See what we can do. So there'll be like a line down here eventually. Then we want 2 lines. So I think the first one. The second one could be a lot longer. I think what I'm going to do is put this residential on the second line. So we'll focus on this area. If we put the stop there, we definitely want to add like a footpath. So remind me if I forget. I want to come back and put a footpath here. So there's stop number 1. Little bit of everything in this area. Come down to the roundabout. Stop number 2's got to be here. There's so much connecting. These commercial buildings can easily go. So 1, 2, similar sort of distance, probably just at this spot. I think I'll knock out some residential this time. Or I could just put it on this side of the street. Save kicking out some residents. Now then we want it to connect to an industrial. So I think the second line's going to peel into this industrial block. This one's going to connect to this big area here. And now we build the lines. And hopefully you're not annoyed by that. Because I'm going to probably keep doing it. Oh, we want that type, don't we? That type is what we want. When you want it to connect, by the way, you got to look for the edges. They kind of change a little bit because they connect to the station. That really helps. It's just like a real city. Everyone's always stuck in traffic, says Glitch Demigod. I've just gotten back from a little city break. As you know, I haven't streamed for a week. It's because the opportunity to go to Seville last minute came up, which is a Spanish city. It's southern. It's in from the sea a little bit. And I had an amazing time. I would say this place was like, kind of like low-key incredible. So you go to somewhere like Rome, and it's absolutely mind-blowing because of all of the history and the Roman Empire and all of that. And so if you think about all the different cities around the world, like I've been to New York earlier this year, there's some really like obvious places you can go to. With Seville, it was just like, it wasn't really on my radar or anything. I went there, no expectations, just went to like have a break, take in some hotter weather, and you know, just enjoy your time there. And the stuff that I saw there was really beautiful. It's a really lovely city, and it's not a massive city. It has 700,000 inhabitants, I believe, and 3 million tourists go there every year. Which I at one point I worked out was like, was it 1% or 3% at all times? Like, or at least on average, like 3% of the city is tourists, right? Travelers and whatnot. I don't know how that compares to like a normal city. Thought it's kind of interesting. Like, I don't know what London has. Like, how many visitors does London have on average at any time? Also, London's so big and sprawling. It's like, what's the actual population of London? Like, where do you find the start and end of it? Right, are we connected now? We're connected. That's good. Now we build a line. Which city is he talking about? Seville. Now you have to build this in Hermitcraft, says Anus. What, this city? Yeah, let me quickly build it in Hermitcraft. Be right back. 9 million population in London, says Drifty Armadillo. And how many tourists a year then? Can you grab that statistic? That would be cool. Good stuff. Yeah, Seville is like low-key beautiful. It's a really nice city, very clean. Like, just a nice amount of greenery there. Although I did notice that once you go like out of the tourist main area, there's a noticeable amount of litter upticking. That's probably true of like most places. If it's a tourist attraction, you know, you keep the central bit sparkly. So yeah, there was plenty to see, but I think the thing that caught me most was the religiosity of it. Like all the churches. There were so many churches, and they were absolutely beautiful. You could go inside of pretty much most of them. I only went inside of a few though, but there's loads throughout the city. There's a pathfinding error. There's a pathfinding error. Somewhere the line didn't actually connect, and it was over here. So yeah, there's all these incredible... Oh wait, where am I going? There's all these incredible churches, a cathedral. All of it's within walking distance. The streets that you can go down are just fascinating, and I found the whole thing just wonderful. I love sort of taking in the layouts of places, and a lot of its roads and like the traffic and stuff reminded me of Cities Skylines. I was looking at the intersections that you traversed like quite differently because I've been playing this recently, and I was noticing some similarities to how things get laid out. They had a lot of really interesting intersections where big roads would combine. And it's kind of hard to describe because I don't think I have an example in the city here, but they would have some really interesting like lane management where rather than have your sort of big roads converge and then like here we've got a roundabout, sort of take up like a larger space, and there'd be like these shuffle throughs. Like imagine if this roundabout or the area where you're traversing from one road to the next like took up a larger square, and they'd have all these sort of like shuffling turns where traffic sort of filters into the middle and then waits its turn to move out again. It's hard to describe. Okay, apparently 30 million per year in London. So 700,000 to 3 million and 9 million to 30 million. Like, the numbers right there, it's like a 7 to 9 ratio. So for every 7 in Seville, there's 9 in London. Fascinating. Also, if you like Game of Thrones, Seville is Dorney. Yeah, and I went to the place where they shot that, and they told us about it because we did lots of guided tours. Look at this. This right here is just a terrible, terrible little thing to have. Let's see if we can fix this up a bit. Distractions. So I went to the place. I tell you what, I'm going to put that on my post-stream notes. Let's write some. I got to look up Dawn on Game of Thrones and see if I recognize it. Okay, so like no right hand turn. Oh, this is just a bad little intersection, isn't it? So we got rid of that. I guess I kind of probably want rid of the traffic lights, except they're not going away. Oh, there we go. Clicking wrong I am. Maybe that means stuff just flows through there now. Yeah, it also looks to me like this road would make more sense as a 2-lane. I don't know why it's a 3-lane. Just like that. Just 1 lane. Did I say 2-lane? I meant 1 on either side. Right. Could it be possible to try and recreate a real city in the game? Absolutely, you could do that. You know, for a moment there, I was thinking it'd be cool to recreate one of those intersections I saw in the city. So yeah, like it was kind of like a low-key beautiful place, And fair bit of good food. I find the Spanish cuisine a little odd because it's all tapas, and it doesn't feel like there's like some definitive dish. Like, you know, go to Italy, it's pizza and pasta, right? And so I tried a bunch of different stuff, but then because of the tapas, it's like I think it's designed to be shared, and I'd end up with like a big, like I had this thing that was like potatoes, eggs, salmon, and onion. I just ended up with two massive blobs of it, and it was like very samey. It was tasty, but like, you know, like you get like this one big portion. I think it's all like all the dishes felt like they were designed to be shared, which you didn't really do. So it was, yeah, not quite like going to some other countries where there's these dishes and things you know you're going to order. It was more like the menus were all very similar from like one restaurant to the next, and they were like platters and stuff, so it was just, I don't know, just kind of different, right? But yeah, really beautiful city. And again, it was the cathedral and the stories of like these people who once lived in the cities in these very religious times, and all the churches everywhere. It had a real interesting feel to it. One of my favorite places to visit though was this house, or like they called it a palace, of this countess. I forget her name. There's just so many foreign names. I knew I wasn't really going to take much of it in that deeply. Were we supposed to add like one more stop here? I don't think we were. It was just a very beautiful palace house. One of the things that struck me was when you see pictures, or let's say portraits, paintings, not pictures, from people who lived before the pictures, before the photograph came along, when they had those portraits, there's always this sort of like pompous arrogance sort of look to them. But that could be like a translational thing. That could be like when you got your portrait done, you got it done in this style at the time, and then we look back on it and it kind of looks like pompous and arrogant to some extent. I guess what I'm saying is, like, when you look at these portraits, these people don't look like the friendliest in the world. But who knows? Like, we don't have a time machine to go back and meet Henry VIII or some other people who have had their portraits painted. There's been many people that have. But this countess, when I saw her portrait, she looked really like approachable and humble and friendly. There was like this nice aura, which I don't really see in portraits like that very often. And it made me kind of realize that in Seville, the people were really friendly. Like, everyone that I talked to and interacted with was really like warm and smiley, and maybe it's just like living in that place, there's something about it. But it was an observation I wasn't expecting to make. I wasn't really thinking about it at any point until I saw this portrait, and then it all kind of clicked. I was like, do you know what? Like, the people there have been really nice and friendly every single time that, you know, have gone into a shop, or you've talked to someone casually or whatever. The Lebrija Palace, or Palacebo de la Condesa de Lebrija, says Carl's Doom. That actually sounds pretty much like it. I think you got it. I think that was the one. Okay, I'm going to add a stop here, and then another one down at this spot. It was a beautiful courtyard. It was very inspiring. I started listening to the song that I've made recently, the one with the harp in it, and then I started listening to some like Lord Leviticus, and that got me listening to some Dead Can Dance, and just listening to this music that kind of like felt more like it was to that world. And then I got like really inspired to maybe make a base next season of Hermitcraft that's like a palace garden. I started thinking about like the block palette that you can use, and how you can create gardens and maybe have like water flowing into them and stuff. I don't know, just really got the mind ticking over. But thing with me and creativity is so much stuff does that. Like, once I just let my mind imagine, it's like everything becomes like a remix, and I don't know if I'll still have that energy whenever season 10 comes around, right? But if I do, it might be something to look into, building that. So I was sure to take a lot of pictures and just try and like really engross myself in that, in being there and in that moment. Did you visit Plaza de España? That is where a scene between Anakin and Padmé from Star Wars was shot. Friends of mine had their wedding photos taken there. It's so beautiful. Yes, I did. Yes, and they mentioned Star Wars there as well. Now that you say it, I like that one. I seem to remember better than the Game of Thrones one. But I loved it there. You know, I don't think I would like intentionally like pick it to go back, because there's so many cities, right? Like you wanna keep exploring and finding new cities or whatever with your travels. But I certainly wouldn't object if the opportunity arose and you could go there again with people you know or whatever. Like it was really lovely. Definitely a nice place to visit. Okay, let's get this one hooked up. And then we go into this bit. Can we get you connected? Oh, too steep, too steep. And that wonky power line might just really get in our way here. Yeah, that never actually connected to the bit behind it because it was down at 30. Hard to tell when it snaps. Finn Realways, thank you so much for the 26 months of support, my dude, by the way. 9 minutes ago, totally missed it. I've been waffling. Just airing my thoughts on Seville at the moment. They also had an expo there in 1992, and sadly, the expo area, like a lot of the buildings and stuff, they're not really sort of preserved in a way for tourists, but I did travel through there, look at the main building. There's just some beautiful examples of like creative architecture that was really cool to check out as well. So there's quite a lot of amazing stuff in Seville, and I think you could spend a week there and really thoroughly see a lot of it, but we managed to see like a lot in just a few days, so it was cool. Does the UK have underrated cities to visit? Says Kauma. I feel like the UK doesn't have much to offer. But the thing is, it's about being a foreigner, right? So when I was in Seville, you're looking at these buildings, oh god, they're so amazing, but to someone else they're like totally normal. There were lots of like these windy little narrow streets with these balconies everywhere. It all seems so scenic and beautiful, but to someone else that might just be their normal. So I think when you visit and travel somewhere else, the novelty of what's different is a big attractor. And then when you live somewhere, anything can become normal, right? But maybe not. Like I felt like New York City was just so incredible, and I always hear New Yorkers have this attitude about how much they love the city and stuff. And I feel like New York is like on this level where, yeah, like I can see how. Is that? What's it? Oh, there isn't a connection there, so I can't complete the route. Oh, it's so irritating doing this. There's London, and that's pretty much it, says Kamitsu. That's how I feel. I've been to quite a lot of other cities, maybe not always to visit it like a tourist. Usually I go to other cities for football or something, or like a gig. So it's... Oh, wait. Is there a line there now? I think the line was complete. Right, and then... Okay, I think that line's there and working. So yeah, like, I went to Brighton earlier this year, and it, like, okay, there's Brighton Pier, but it really didn't feel like there was a lot else to do. The places that I travel to in the UK are usually like stately homes to like English heritage, and that's not in cities, that's out in the countryside. And after you've seen a few of them, they tend to feel a lot. Why only one? I think we need more vehicles, basically. Vehicles? I think we need an upgrade back here. So, maintenance hall and increased capacity for more subway trains. So how many do we have now? Because I might need like a separate system for the other tracks. We can see more going out now. Maybe they got sent onto... Wait a minute. Didn't it say there were 5 lines? Like... Hang on. Let's change the colour of this. What makes it super visible? Okay. Why can't I zoom in anymore? Yeah, there we go. Look, it created one little line here. Yeah, I was going to say, why have we got 5 lines? This don't make sense. So is this one a complete line over here? Okay, that one is. I'm going to put a 4th vehicle on this one for now. Oh my god, my... Like, can you hear it? Throat is all messed up. All the Harry Potter sites / locations, says Jonathan Primator. Yeah, I've been to the Harry Potter thing in Watford. Yeah, there's stuff like that, but not a lot of culture. I don't know, because it's all normal to me. That's what I was saying. Like, maybe if you went to one of these big cities, it would be incredible to you if you're, you know, from a different country, because the way, you know, houses look in each country is kind of unique. So I go to a city, and it kind of often just feels like the last city that I saw. You know, same sort of shops about the place, similar feeling to it. You know, maybe there's some museums and interesting things to learn about the city. But yeah. Yeah, Cambridge is one that I visited recently. Like, Cambridge had a bit more of an interesting sort of architecture to it. That was kind of cool. But, again, you know, it's just another British city because it's kind of what I know. Beth says, whoa, €5 for a ticket? Sounds good. I want to encourage people to use it, you see. And we are pushing people onto it. And maybe we've underinvested in buses, but buses go on the roads and we got traffic issues, and I feel like they kind of sometimes contributed to a bit. At least I've seen that in my other city. So, last one we're going to do, I think, is get a connection in this neighbourhood. It doesn't like that. So we're going to come down from the yard into there, then we're going to do a bit of a turn into this block. We want something here. Kind of don't want to kick out any of these buildings, but... I tell you what, one of these offices here can go. Right, so that's like that little hub. Then we've got another hub over here that clearly needs one. We'll put this behind the main street just because we've got like some skyscrapers here. So... going to put that there. Then I think we want to go into this street. It's going to be one of our bigger lines because we're going to go and put one over here. Put one over there. Then one over here. And maybe that'll be the last one for that area. In fact... We kind of like run out of industrial area. So let's say that we're going to expand the industrial area over here. We've already got a station prepared for the future. So yeah, there you go. Holy poop border, Batman, says Manly Craft. Yeah, we got some serious poop border issues. Anyway, I'm just trying to remember if there was anything else to mention about Seville. The weather was fantastic the whole time we were there. It was just a really nice break to have. I didn't necessarily felt like I meant a break, needed a break either, but the opportunity came, and I just have this attitude now of just saying yes to this kind of stuff, because I grinded away so hard for so many years at this YouTube thing, and it just kind of feels like, you know, you ain't young forever. What is going on here? It's the snaps. It's always the snaps, but you need some of them. Like I can't get it to snap. Oh, there it went. That's the snap I want. That's the one I want. Okay. Everlasting tunnel. Sure way to cure any dark enclosed space phobia. You don't have to go into the tunnel, you know. So if you got a phobia of dark spaces, I don't recommend my subway line down here. Again, it needs to snap. That one. That's the... No, that's not it. See, that isn't it either. There's a snap here that we just can't find sometimes. It's so annoying. What is it? What is it that it's like trying to do here? That's not it. It won't snap. I'm going to turn it all back on again. Is it the view? Oh, I think I saw it just for like a split second. Maybe that... No, that doesn't go. There it is! Oh my god. That took forever! We definitely know how to do the snaps now, though. That's good. Should save us further headaches now that we know what we're looking for. Although, we're probably going to run into an issue here. Okay, so I'm going to have to adjust that other one again, aren't I? So, like, let's pause the game. Let's bring out the bulldozer. I think I'm gonna have to redo like a large part of it, maybe, or maybe not. Maybe actually just from there. Let's use this tool and go boobity boop, shibbity doop, shiddly dop dop doop. Hey, there we go. Are there different snaps for roads versus undergrounds? Possibly. It's just, I don't know. It's just awkward. to save saying a lot, it's just kind of awkward and finicky. But there you go. That's fully connected. So let's go set up that line. Some of these views could really do with some improvements as well, I think. I'll tell you what helped then was like switching to this view here. Then it's much easier to distinguish which side of the platform you're selecting. It also feels like they separate when you get in a little closer. So from there to here. Then we go further up. Yeah, they definitely split apart once you get a little further in. Then it's down here to the area that there's nothing there. There's nothing there. I've definitely put these on the wrong side again, haven't I? Oh well. Need to investigate how much of an issue that causes at some point. Right, is there one more stop? Yep. Wait, did that connect? I think it connected. Yeah, it did. I almost mistook it for like an error. Okay, so ticket price goes down to 5. Let's put 5 vehicles on that line because it's going to be a busy one. We're up to 6,000. Right, let's resume. Let's speed up the game. Let's hope this helps with the traffic. Can you make a tour of the town, says Karu. It's probably a good time for a tour of the town, isn't it? Also, we got Vinot here for 8 months saying, ooh, 8 months, loving the City Skylines videos and streams. Glad you are, my dude. Thank you so much for your support. And peeps over on YouTube, feel free to come over here to Twitch. This is where the community is. These are the people whose messages I'm reading and thanking. And that's why I multi-stream, just to show y'all where it's happening at over here on Twitch. So please do come by. Yeah, where do we start? So this was kind of like our first area. Okay. The concept of the city is like zone, fast, create grids. Let's get this city growing. It's called Speedrun City. It's not like a speedrun the game. Here's my objective. It's more like let's play fast and just get a big city going. This looks like it could really do with a little connection that just goes straight over. I'm going to get endlessly distracted, aren't I? That's what they should call this game, the endless distraction. Can I actually like slip in a little bridge here? Oh, I've completely selected the wrong thing. That doesn't help. .5, there's not quite enough room for it. Whatever. It's a distraction. It's a distraction. So yeah, you can see here there was a grid. Then we put another road through it. So we also want to make the city look interesting and not just have it grids, grids, grids. So some grids are deliberately misaligned. And it kind of tells a bit of a story of, like, you can see this was one big block and then there's another sort of square here, but they're not lined up perfectly, and I think that looks kind of cool. Over here though, we've gone to some curved streets. This was like the first big expansion and rows of houses over here, and behind it we just put this highway through. Oh, look at that glare. Oh my god, details. That is a swimming pool full of wee. Ugh. Okay, now it's green. I don't know what that is. Clean your pool, mate. Look, everyone else's is blue. Yours is green. Sort it out. Right. So yeah. We added a road over here, and it looks a bit strange, and it looks a bit odd, but it's cool when it's like that. So you got these sort of roads coming out and getting a little wider each time. So yeah, that was like the first area. You got the highway running through here, sort of separating it all. Next area was just expanding outwards. So again, grids, just put an awkward road through the middle of it to make it look interesting. Grids over here, putting roads through them at angles to kind of give them some character, different types of housing here and there. Wow, there is a lot of need for ambulances over here. And there, look, and you're right next door. There's so many patients. Can we upgrade? Additional ambulance, more patients. Well, we need that, apparently. And give you some of those as well, I guess. Well, we're increasing our services. Good for us. Yeah, so as we made that expansion, we kind of ended up with these sort of future areas where we were going to do more of this, but then we needed some really big things like the university. So that sort of became this area where we put in our really big, massive structures. Wow, full students, crazy. Because, we had this big open space, and it's really quite nice, actually. It's got a fair bit of character to it, this area. This development over here came a little later on. We put in the Health Research Institute, a central bank, a SwitchCon, and this thing. Just to kind of, bring together some different looking buildings there. So after all of that was done, we had these sort of open areas between the highways, which we just filled in with offices and industrial. So a lot of that has been pushed over into this side of the city. And then our third big expansion, I guess, was this. Again, all of these layouts that you see here is just sort of experimenting with shifting grids into different spaces so they don't line up properly. Gives it a kind of like European-American mix, really. And in some spots they look especially good, in others not so much. So one big built up area there, and then another one over here, and then the last little cluster kind of had a few of these sorts of buildings in, like the server farm, the high school, and well, I thought that was one big building, but it's not. I also see now, what upgrades can I put? Yes, let's. Okay, we need to run around the city and make stuff better. Stuff better every. Wow. Okay, a sports field on a high school is something we've got to do at some point. Okay, max students. Not going to put that one on there. Right, so the very last thing we've done is just fill in this space between that highway and this upper road here, and all the poopy water with some housing. And we spent a lot of time last stream filling in those gaps and then developing like this sort of industrial processing city services area, I guess you could call it. I really do want to fill in more of the spaces. The plan for today was actually to do lots of this over here, these kind of fields. Oh, you got issues. Not enough water, backed up sewer, not enough electricity. And we can see the problem over here. Let's go ahead and create those connections. Wow, everything is in the way apparently. Why would that road be in? Oh, do you know why? It's because we're not actually building underground. Great. Now it's nice and simple. So yeah, there's your city tour. If you have more questions, I'm here for the next hour. Oh, no, we don't like that. But that's okay. That right there is okay. Cool. Now that's not really a speedrun, is it? Says Red Skies Music. No, as I said a moment ago, it's you know, it's my own speedrun. It's my own play fast and don't spend too long on details and stuff. But I can't help myself and do a little bit of it. So it's just a city where we've tried to deliberately play fast, I think is the way to think about it. So it kind of looks like our subway has not massively impacted the traffic. One thing I'll point out is that this continues to go up. So we clearly have high residential places that are still taking people in. If we go and look at the unemployment in the city, I'm going to guess that it's slowly risen. Oh, we need more elementary schools. Got to remember that. Mail service has gone down a little bit. Okay, I think where we sat here and just let it continuously grow, we now are going to have a fair bit more work to do. I forget where unemployment is. Population. So 8.1, we can improve that. We can improve that. So there's 30,000 people not working, but some of those will be students, or more like 24,000, I think. So this means that we need to create jobs, and because we've got such high office demand, this should be kind of easy to create a few more jobs by slipping in some high density offices. But the question is where, because we played a game of filling in all the spaces. I'm not too sure if there's many spots where those offices would look good. I reckon we could get a few in just on this road here. So we'll go high density. We don't want to make them super big in this area. That already looks like it might be on the large side. Yeah, let's create a few more jobs over there. And then maybe just some of these here. We're looking for little spots like that where we can just kind of throw in a little something. What's going on here? There's a highway there. I could add some more towers and stuff in this space. We did a few over there. I don't know, I kind of like the balance we got at the moment. Let's turn off that view. There it is. See if we can spot some like here. Here's a great spot for low density stuff, right? This is easy mode. This should have been filled up a while ago. We can even put, I think, a couple of extra roads in here. Okay, I'm gonna say like there. That's not the type I wanted, actually. I wanted that type. Okay, that gives me plenty of space for offices. Plenty of space for people to work. Do you know where else? We got this area here we can put offices in. The subway connection should really help. And then over here we're going to develop that in the future. Also, if you did not know, we made the city deliberately flat just to make gridding nice and easy. But, you know, doesn't take long for that to break. X, have you gotten your Hermitcraft TCG cards yet? I got mine a few days ago and I got 5 Xisumas. Awesome. Yeah, I got some of my cards. In fact, I've got a box. Well, I got a bunch of boxes behind me that I need to start opening. Rusty Stone 1, thank you for your 12 months. Your content has meant a lot to me over the years, X. I'm glad to finally be able to give something back. Appreciate it, my dude. Thank you. I'm glad you've found value in the content. Curls is happy that she has 500,000 derp coin. And to think, it's completely useless. Abandoned. Oh dear. That would suggest maybe like an education imbalance, because, you know, if we go down here and we look at our industrial demand, high skilled labor availability, unoccupied buildings. I thought we would see something that would explain why they're unoccupied, I guess. Oh gosh, excuse me again. Your podcast with Imp and Skiz was very enjoyable and inspirational, says Dolphin. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. I really loved going on there. That was a wonderful opportunity. I'm so glad they had me. Let's see. So we've still got tons of that office demand. But the thing we sort of wanted to see was it come back round in population. So like now we got 70,000. Although more people I think have moved in as well. Actually, this is... Wait, I'm looking at jobs and employed. Does that mean we got 24,000 jobs that haven't been filled? Employed, so yeah. So, what am I expecting to see here? People and jobs, basically. All right, so like 1,200, 94,000 jobs, 70,000. So 50,000 people are unemployed in the city. But then employment is at 8%. So clearly, I think it's taking out students and stuff. I feel like I'm looking at the wrong metric here, perhaps. Workplace availability. So our uneducated look like they're filling out all the uneducated jobs. Oh, this is great. It all gets cut off. Good UI design. Workplaces low to high. I don't know. I don't know quite. I mean, is high good? What's low? It does look like it's just generally distance from work area. I'm not sure quite what I'm looking for there. Babies can't work, X is slightly lucid. Yeah, of course, kids as well, yeah. That'll contribute to that number. Okay. As for traffic, it's still... Wait, that's just an accident. It's still all over the place, isn't it? Well, what's the time of day? 10:50? Did we improve traffic by adding subways? Where's the traffic at, man? Is it just the wrong time of day? These are some of my worst spots for traffic. Did we improve traffic? Okay, let's go to charts. Is there one for traffic? Oh, there should show be one for traffic here. Like, if we click on crime rate and then change it so it's like over 5 years. Unemployment. Workers. Jobs. What am I looking for here? I'm looking for something to give me an insight. Citizens moving in is on the decline. Birth rate is going up. Citizens moving away. Oh my god, people are leaving the city. And the death rate. So the wealth has gone up. Office wealth. Don't know what to make of a lot of this. It's interesting to look at. We're making tons of money. That's good. Maybe we should start to like pump this back into the. We are making a lot of money. Like maybe we should start to pump this back into the city. Let's try and make these bubbles here. Why are we getting so many abandoned workplaces? I just added a bunch of offices while we have very minimal industrial demand, and then this happened. Kind of feels like we just shifted a bunch of workers away from these things. We could use that to rebalance though, because I can always come in here and be like, okay then, we have less demand for this now. Therefore, we're going to rezone, right? And just do that. Maybe that balances it back out again or something like that. Okay, so putting things back into the city. Services is one. One thing I didn't want to do with taxes is do what I did in another playthrough where we actually give people back money. Kind of wanted to avoid that. But there are other ways that we can impact things here. So if we go to services, we can reduce the service fee or eliminate it entirely. So, you know, it brings in 80,000. Let's get that down so it's closer to a 0. So 70%. Although here it's totally different because there's some high costs. Let's just go for 70% as well on that one. I think those are the two where you have that fee. Maybe eventually we could do away with it entirely. But we'll just do a little bit to begin with. So here I think we're actually going to like uneducated, let's say 5. Poorly educated 0, then 5. Let's go 5, 6, 7. Something like that. It's not perfect. It's a start. That should shift things around a little bit. So then we're going to hope that we see less of these bubbles everywhere. I hope. Fingers crossed. If we run for our services, we've got electricity. That's good. You can use electricity to make money for the city as well. Could be something we look into. Healthcare availability. Now, I think we should check our buildings one by one, because we saw something interesting a moment ago. How can I leave healthcare up over here? Is a question. Question that I have. Now I can click on the building. So, you know, everything's good with this thing. We can add attractiveness to the city. Storage capacity. And a small place of well-being, I think, is probably a good one for people. Except there's no room to expand. Doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Well, cancel that. So this one here, right? No patience, no issues. The upgrades require space around it, so we will let that one be. Let's check out this crematorium. Deceased, processing speed, it's all good. Storage? Okay, resources used for later on. So it doesn't feel like we need much there. Here we got one with space, so we could quite easily add. But it's not being overworked. So we're looking for the clinics that have been overworked, I guess, because it looked like that other one had a lot to do. And since we've upgraded it, it's okay. Yeah, it really looks like a lot of this is just fine. Doing fine. Doing well. Huh. It's probably just the one then. And it doesn't look to me like we need another one. Maybe down in this area they're a little underserved. I don't know. We got Penelope Sky here with some cheers and biddies. Wow, look, you can now pin things using bits. Loving the stream, X. Keep up the good work. Just back from holiday and feeling refreshed. Did Twitch add some sort of feature for biddies? Because me, I never know what's going on, do I? Thank you so much for your support, Penelope. I hope you're enjoying stream. Floof loves watching my videos. Glad to hear it, my dude. I hope you enjoy watching the streams as well. Different kind of vibe. But we have fun, which is important. Okay, so garbage management. The landfill, I think, is starting to empty. As for, like, I don't really know what to do here. I'm not sure what these metrics are telling me. If I should go out and sort out, like, recycling a bit more and stuff. If we look over here, I think the subways have really had a positive impact on the city. We're getting a lot of pluses over here now. So if we just tweak things a little bit, we're going to be good. Now, the amount of schools in this place is utterly ridiculous. I think we did all of the upgrades on the elementary schools that we could fit in. I am not seeing any of them here that could do with an upgrade. So I think it's about where do we want to put the next one. Kind of feels like somewhere over here might be a good spot. Yeah, let's go ahead, zoom in, change the view. We would have to kick out like a bunch of residents to add in another high school. I'm not a fan of doing that, but it kind of feels like this is the spot to do it. And I want to do it somewhere where we can put those additional upgrades on, so it feels to me like that's just a necessary change right there. Necessary change. Immediately it's full up. Plus 5% health for students. I really like these well-being upgrades. We're going to go put that on that side. And then this one over here. Okay, so that immediately filled up, and now we need another one. It really does feel like the amount of these that you need is kind of crazy. I'm going to come down here and put it in an office area this time. Oh, it doesn't want it. No, there's another whatever type of building there. Oh, it's that one. Okay. Right, so we go ahead and we add the well-being and the health. And then put in the upgrade, and immediately it's full up again. Wow. Dang, high schools. How many more do you want? Sorry, it's not high school. It's elementary school, isn't it? Elementary, my dear Watson. You can see it highlights some of the houses that don't have the education as it goes. It can give you a bit of a hint as to where to put it. But it's so spaced out to me. There's some spots where you wouldn't put it. Kind of feels like one over here or another one for this area. I wonder if building a road on the back here might be a nice way to do it rather than kicking people out. And look at the way it's snapping as well. So we can like add whatever the road would be. Oh, and then I kicked them out anyway. Well done me. Well done me. Okay, just going to do that. Just going to do that. And it don't even fit. Well done. Well done, X. Ruining people's lives. Just kicking them out. Oh, I want to put a school here. Whoops, don't have enough room. Sorry about that. Okay. And you know we love our upgrades. Do we have enough room for them all? Without kicking people out of their homes again? There you go. I did not know I was going to build that many elementary schools. Clearly we need more in the city. Is there room over here for one more? We've got the ruins. This area's all built up. I think I'm going to leave it. So, education very good. But when we expand, we're going to need more. Fire hazard. The average fire hazard is a little higher than I think I would like it to be. It's not the kids' demand, it's the parents wanting a break and sending their kids to school. Hey, kids need an education, okay? What is the upgrade? More spaces for engines. I'm not sure if that's what we want. The efficiency is good. We've got a happy city here, so efficiency is probably going to be good everywhere. Vehicles in use 0 out of 4. I think it's going to be a coverage issue, so like everything's green at the moment. Let's just go back into that view. Okay, so fire hazard. So there isn't really a fire hazard across the city. And the network's pretty good. Maybe getting this lower isn't really a thing. What about policing? All looks very good. Crime is very low. What do we got here? What about unlockable stuff? We'll look into that too. Right, the subway is a hit. Oh my god. The subway is such a hit. 27,000? Wow. Dang. Hats off to me. That was my idea, that one. Right, okay. So park coverage. Do we need parks for these areas too? Is that really a necessity? I'm gonna like find a couple of sneaky spots to see if we can just put something in. And like, hope that makes a difference. We do have some unzoned areas here we can add them to. Some newly developed regions, I guess. I don't think that's the right one, is it? 2,000 a month. The one I want is the 1,000 a month. Yeah, that's a very small one. You can plop it in lots of different spots. Right. One over here. Ooh, what about there? Bam. Let's get rid of some of these red roads, especially in the residential areas, like down here. Okay, this row here is looking a bit rough. I think I might leave this bit alone because it's quite dense. And what we got over here? Problem with this road? Let's give it something. Ah. Cool, that seemed to help. Wonderful. Right, now, oh look, we're shrinking. We've probably reached our sort of like peak capacity now. Okay, mail services. We have not covered these very well in our new areas. But we kind of want to make sure these areas as a whole are covered. So any red areas here, we just add a little stop. Little post box. This whole area clearly needs one. Okay, and then we never did it in these new areas over here. Makes a lot of sense. One on the corner there. One down here, one up there. Apparently our solar farm wants to send posts too. Right, and that's the gist of that really. Just put in more spots and it just helps it all get collected. And I think the last thing we probably want is to... What is that building? It's the farmer building. Is to probably now upgrade these services. So, where are the actual facilities? We've got one up here. So it's doing good. It might need a little bit of an expansion because we've got 20 vehicles in use. Now here, there isn't too much room to do any expanding. So we can either build another postal office or figure out where the other one is. It's over here. So post van garage mail storage extension. It's the garage that we want. But then we have a park in the way. I think what we'll do is flip that park to the other side. Oh, and then that's in the way. Okay, that's a large city park. Let's go ahead, relocate this. Large city park. Got it? There it is. We'll have that over here. Then this thing can have, just about, put in an extra one of those. So a few more vehicles are now going out. And somewhere we should have like a big post sorting facility. It is kind of hard to tell where everything is. Oh, here's another spot where we could have sent out more vehicles. 25 out of 30. You know what? Now that traffic's been improved... Oh, look at the sorting speed. Right. Mail is sorted more accurately so trucks carry the essential items for each run. Increased sorting speed, basically. And I think we'll have both of these upgrades. Just because the city's going to get bigger with time, isn't it? Although, we actually don't have a lot of stored mail. It's the sorting speed. Right. That should help with the postal stuff. We are making... Oh my god, we are making so much money. And all I've done is reduce taxes and spend public spending. And finally, I found some traffic in... Oh my god, it's the worst traffic I've seen in my life. Or is it just 2 car crashes have very unfortunately created a ton of traffic there? I think that might be what it is. That was one of our communication services. The other one was the telecom, which looks pretty good. Looks to me like maybe you could put another one here in the middle somewhere. This is kind of like a nice pristine area. Having this tower, there's space for it. It'll probably spoil the view a little bit. Tuck it over the back here, maybe. I think we'll put it there. So that hopefully increases that. And then we kind of done the rounds. So that's the first wave of improving stuff. Population continues to rise. We're making so much money, it's ridiculous. I think we have to kind of feed that back now. One thing I want to do is raise the taxes here. We're not getting complaints about these levels. So if we tax businesses, then we can offset that against our residents. Let's go ahead and put this down to like 2%. Maybe put that at like 3. And hopefully that helps. Then if we go into services, I think I'm just going to ditch the fee on both of these. Doesn't make a lot of money. Maybe that one does. But hey, there you go. No service fee. No service fee. The budget for electricity is 90% for some reason. We can sell the excess off to another city. Alright. So now, 460,000. Is it going to continue to go up? I think we've created a beautiful thing here. Why so many of these high rent though? Like, what am I going to have to do now? We need these bubbles to disappear. I feel like they have a few of them have disappeared, you know. Again, down here, that's a traffic, not a traffic crash. I don't know how to deal with this. Industrial traffic's going to be a tricky beast. It's not quite the same as the other type of traffic. So we can look at that junction and agree that that's just terrible, isn't it? Kind of looks like everyone wants to turn right anyway. So let's say we upgrade this to a double. Does that give it a dedicated right-hand turn? Oh, I think that immediately did exactly what I wanted it to. Fascinating. I've also now noticed that that changes on these other roads. So if ever we need it, we'll put one there. Well, isn't it nice to just make one little change and it's like, yeah, that's good. Not sure I can bring the 2-lane thing all the way back here, but let's give it a try. So we'll put a 4-lane just before it. Oh, I can see an issue here. This traffic is unlikely to want to go back in there. So that connection should really be the other side of this one, right? I think. I think my logic there is sound. Let's go ahead and delete that. Downgrade this back to the 2. All the way back to here. So it was originally a 3. So we want that connection to happen after this one comes in. Kind of the gist of what we're going for. Based on the amount of space that we got here, I think I know how to do it. XE Train, thank you so much for your Prime subscription, by the way. I just noticed 9 minutes ago. So sorry for not acknowledging it in the moment. Just probably I was distracted and waffling, like I always do. Thank you so much for the support, my dude. Let's see. So that's like 3 lanes all the way. Eventually it's going to become 2 lanes. So then somewhere back here, lag spike. We're going to do an underground road. I kind of not so keen on the underground ones actually. Maybe we won't, but there's just like sort of not enough space. So here I think we're going to go underground. Will it let us even put this thing in? Maybe I have to start further back. Like back here. Oh, it's going to be awkward about something. Hey, there we go. Oh, do you know, it's not actually going like underground, is it? That's the problem. That now it's underground, but it's got that like tunnel thing to begin with. I see. So if I come here, do that. We want to go over here, but we're going to go to that view. That now I think puts us fully underground. This allows us to do this. Oh, and then there's like a thing there. Why is there a thing there? See you later. Hopefully that won't become an issue. Okay, we need the snap up top. Right, not bad. The only problem is I probably should have made that all 2 lane. Ah! Curses. Wait. 2 lane? 2 lane! We can do it. How do we do it underground? Oh, like that. Oh no, curses. Ah, so I'm going to have to rebuild that bit. Ah, that makes sense. Just do that. Come up here, do that. Right, back to the road, 2 lane. We're underground, and we want to get this thing from here. Right, let's get it sort of in line to begin with. Oh, this looks ugly. It looks ugly. Oh, actually, it's going to work. Cool. So now it's back here that we really want that 4 lane bit. Oh, okay, we're underground. So yeah, 4 lanes become 2 and probably 2. Makes more sense. Then 2 lanes become 3. Then they merge into 2 again. That's kind of it. That's kind of the whole project. So let's now pay attention to what happens here. Marmalicuse. Oh my god, I've totally butchered your name, but it's a very cool name, and I want to know how to say it properly. Thank you for subscribing with the Amazon Prime. Appreciate you. Thank you. Joel Kip's here for 97. Oh, it's getting close. It's getting close to 100. Oh boy, how time flies. Time does fly. It flies by, but I think you always just got to keep it simple and focus on enjoying the passage of time. That was in a Jimmy Carr podcast I was listening to, and it really stuck with me. There's been a few things that have stuck with me this year. Like I'm always doing a little bit of self-help, self-care, trying to find things that, you know, get you through it all, and enjoying the passage of time is something to keep on mind. Like, I think sometimes we think a little too deep and make too much of life, trying to figure it all out. It's always going to be a mystery. But like, can you enjoy the present? Can you just enjoy the passage of time? If you can, then that's a nice thing to focus on. If you can have a moment just to enjoy whatever it is you're doing. Vinots is here, gifting a sub to Buttons. Thank you for gifting the sub, Vinot. Appreciate it. Oh, HW says, have you thought of adding an airport yet? I haven't. You've now reminded me of what we absolutely need to do next, which is to go through all of these and look for the things that can really boost the city. I think we built most of them though already. A facility performing geological research and field studies helps discover large underground... Okay. Ah! We're having a disaster! Everything was going so well! Ah! Gosh, I don't like it. Well, it said I didn't like it and it disappeared. Okay. What does this do then? Like, how do we respond to this? Do these buildings become rebuilt? Waiting for a hearse. Not if I bulldoze it. Sneaky bulldoze. Get rid of the corpses. Pro tips, peeps. If there's a corpse in a building, just bulldoze it down. Simples, right. Yeah, interesting. That caused a lot of issues over there. I never know if I really like playing these sorts of games with those things in. But yeah, of all the distractions, right? We were doing one thing, now we're doing another. There's like a readiness center or something. Disease control center. Already built. Oh, that won't be it then. Where is that preparedness stuff? We could build that, although it's kind of pointless. Because crime is so... Disaster control. Ah, okay. So, Geological Research Center. There it is. I think we could do that to boost the city. Build a few of those. I was planning on like expanding the city a bit today, but we're just in a maintenance mode, it seems. Well, I say maintenance. Improving is what we're doing. Right, Geological. Where that geological at, homie? Found it. So graduation chance goes up, and then more from oil and ore. So if we decided to lean into doing that in the future, this building would help. I feel like the area to put it in is obviously over here. It has become a bit filled out. Oh, look at that. We can put it right on this corner. Does it have any upgrades? Because I ain't got room for them. Cool. Alright, that's in there. Now for the shelter stuff. What tab was that in again? There it is. Okay. So clearly this area would want some of this, wouldn't they? So I think we just got to go and plop these down around the city now. And how much do they cost? Like, that sounds like a huge amount of upkeep each month. So we might want to space these in a smart kind of way. Yeah, this might hammer our income a bit. What? Oh my god, it's through the roof! Remember I upped the commercial? And the other one? Like, that seemed to make a difference. There's a little spot. Yeah, this might be really pricey. So I think I'm just going to start a bit slim on this one. Like, will they report it in here? Walking distance to elementary school is on there now. Huh. Looks like there's a spot there for one. For this neighborhood, we'll try and get it. Put it on the corner. You can kind of put them just outside the regular zones, which is kind of cool. Oh, another thing to consider is, like, this is probably... I was going to say best put in residential areas, but, you know, if you're in an industrial area, you want to have a shelter you can go visit, right? So maybe not. $815k, says Lucro. Yep, honestly, it kind of makes sense because we changed the taxes. We pushed them up. This though feels like it's going to be a drain on the city because it's quite pricey to have these, and we don't really get hit with too many of them. I think I might leave it like that for now. It'll do stuff for like the well-being of the citizens, but that price per month was a bit wild, and we've already hammered this down like 100,000 odd. We go into this actually and look at that. If it's in its own category, I'd be tempted to tone that down, but it's not. I don't see a category for that, so yeah. Okay. Right, I think there was other stuff to unlock. We could unlock some tiles, like ready for future expansion. Let's do that, have a nice big square. Maybe just that little bit of land too. Rightio. What's going on here? There's like helicopters. Medical helicopter. Oh, look at all the people using the subway. That's something we don't do enough of in this. I'll tell you what else we don't do. We don't ever see the day-night cycle, right? I think it's in here. Let's add that. Oh, it's immediately nighttime. Oh, and everything looks completely messed up. Okay, I think it just fixed itself. Oh, this is cool. Let's slow the speed down as well. Oh man. Oh, look at that. That's gorgeous. Okay. Oh, this is our city, peeps. Our city. What we got here? I don't know, but it all looks very cool. Ooh. Beautiful views. Gotta remind to grind, optimize, automate, and thrive, says Amethyst. Hey! Spin Tree Free, thank you so much for your Prime subscription. 7 minutes ago. I'm so sorry, I got distracted again. Thank you for your support, it's appreciated, my dude. Oh, I tell you what, I like the elevation of that road over there. Oh, and then a car's going across it. Ooh. And you got all these houses down here. Oh, it looks so good, doesn't it? Looks so good. Oof. Got a petrol station. And a quickie mart. Oh, the bridge off in the distance, the solar panels. Wow. Okay, where else is going to have a cool view? This is our suburbs type area, isn't it? There's rows upon rows of houses. Industrial stuff off in the distance. To the left, we'll see some high-rises. Ooh, they look good. Nice skyline. Sort of old school city over on this side. Dang. A water mart? Vit says Vinot, a quickie mart. Don't you know of a quickie mart? Dang. This is gonna look cool because there's some like crazy highways here. With traffic always going through it. Just not always at both levels. It looks to me like you wanna see more traffic on that top tier as well. Oh, look at that. Have I got traffic to solve? I'm always gonna have traffic to solve, aren't I? That was fun. Need to do that from time to time. Ah! Big flash. Kind of looks to me like... What if we come over here? I'm gonna keep it a one lane thing. But can we just go ahead and create a connection over there? Like, why not? 2 ways into the area. Hopefully that'll help it distribute a bit more. Because this ain't good. Everything wants to make that right-hand turn. And all that traffic wants to get past it. Might actually make more sense to just get rid of that. Have it go in there instead. Let this stuff here flow. Probably just moving the problem to a different location at that point. Okay, so we were doing our sweep to make the city better, and... Oh, do you know what? Those might be more efficient. Also, we already had helicopters going up. That's for firefighting. I don't think I saw much else. I don't think we're going to build an airport. There was the Large Hadron Collider. It's like the last educational thing we can build. Radio telescope. I don't think I've built that. Radio telescope we have. Then there's the satellite uplink. That's the thing I'm missing. Where's our satellite uplink? Let's get that one as well. Right, we've got very little points to spend less, so we need to grow the city again. Mickle Stickle! There's a name I feel like I haven't read out in a bit. 84 months! In a row! I've read it every month for 84 months. Why do I feel like I hadn't read that name in a while? Hi X, did not know you brought a drone. Oh wait, Cities Skylines. This game continues to amaze me in terms of its quality. Sadly, my CPU is 5 years old, and it struggles on the higher settings. Yep, this game, you know, really demands resources, doesn't it? It demands those resources. I think I've been reading a little bit of a reaction to this game, and having played it, like, as much as I enjoy it, I think when you compare it to Cities Skylines 1, it's almost like a really big step up, but in other ways it feels like it's missed something, like in performance and also content. It feels like it's gone back to like the start of Cities Skylines 1. There was a lot of like DLC and additional content that's just sort of been left behind, and they're clearly going to add it all again. Feels like a bit of a missed opportunity, you know, to do something special with the game. Because, yeah, I mean, the performance stuff is it's just rough if you're not on a top-end system. And one of the reasons I told myself why I brought this PC is to play this game later in the year. And I didn't know at the time, but it turns out you do need like a top-end PC now to play it at the high settings and stuff. So I guess that kind of worked out. What did that add, by the way? Entertainment citywide, network capacity, and attractiveness. That's just gonna again feed into the happiness stuff. Look at this, fair taxes. All of these are really good. I'm not sure what else I can do to improve that. Maybe reliable internet service, so I can just build a few more buildings. Like, I don't know if we're gonna need another one of these. It does say it has a range of 2.5 kilometers. So we have that over there. Do we want like another one up here? It looks to me like you could boost things a bit by putting one in this area. It's kind of like over on the edge though, but there's not a lot happening. Maybe one over here. So something to think about, but I think we're kind of done with that for now. Hey, Badger Spanner's here for 59 months of the Prime. Hey X, hope you're good. Still buzzing from seeing Calandra for the second time last week. So glad you finally got into them. Awesome. Yeah, live music is always something, right? I haven't seen like live music in ages, and when I was on holiday, oh man, I was literally like, you know, traversing to get to the hotel and stuff when the tool tickets came on sale, and I just decided it's too much to try and do this like on mobile whilst trying to get to a hotel and get checked in and stuff. I ended up not getting the tickets, but man, I haven't been to like many live gigs since the pandemic. It's not on. I need to get back into the habit, because the live music is amazing, right? It is amazing. So, I wanted to work on the rural area, but if we look at the city's demands, now industrial command is coming in. I think filling out a little bit more of this space over here kind of makes sense. I think I'm going to go for offices though more, because we've got a lot of industrial traffic and we really need to spread it out. Probably down here with some intersections in the future. So I think we're going to go ahead and look at getting this area over here hooked up with some offices. We look at what's going on here. We just pay attention to it for a moment. Oh, wait, what is going on here? This is just some crazy traffic. Because that's a two-way street, and yet they come this way around. That don't even make sense to me. Where are they going? They're going in through this road. I was gonna say like we add a connection here to there, but that's not the issue. It's the issue is something here. Like this is just not working. What is it about this that's awkward? Maybe what we need is like 3 roads here. But the other way. Like that. Maybe it helps with that turning traffic a bit more. Kind of looks like that helped a little bit. Hard to say. Why do they go all the way around there though? That's so weird. Right, do we also have like traffic lights here? I think we do. Get rid of all those traffic lights. Okay, that might have been a bad idea. Maybe traffic lights there and there. Wow, this is clearly a terrible junction. It's just a bad junction, basically. And there's a lot of traffic trying to come through here. I don't even know what to make of this stuff. Feels like they should be using different junctions. It's always just a distraction. It's always just like, oh look, traffic again. My God, it's absolutely backing up. Right, let's get all of this area filled up with offices. At last. Little Pepper Butt, thank you for your 4 months. Hey X, hope you're doing well today. I'm doing good, thanks for asking. Thanks for asking. Let's go ahead and connect this. Yeah, I had a good day. Doing some odd jobs after coming back. Doing some shopping for the week. Planning out my meals. It's been all right. Right, that's kind of zoned out okay to use up some of the space here. And I think that's probably just about going to do us on this side. Right. Let's go ahead and fill it all in. Has the demand gone? The demand has now gone. So that'll slowly fill out as people move in or move out of the city. And we're making 750,000. Pretty good. This traffic's wild, man. One of the things about traffic in this game is like, you get something fixed somewhere and it just appears somewhere else again. It must be the time of day. Look at this. Now there's craziness over here. How many people are riding the subway? Oh, wasn't it 70,000 and now it's gone down? 0 usage? 12 passengers on this line here. That don't look right. Now, something I'd like to see when we zoom in, I'd like to be able to watch the trains. There's so much stuff the game is trying to do here. I want to watch the trains and see if they get messed up by the sort of crossing over at the station. Like, are they going to collide with other trains and stuff? Is Cities Skylines II better than the first? I know it's the second game, but it doesn't look all that different, says Gold Amazon Light. It's the same game again. I think it's got to be better in some aspects. It's felt to me more like a city painter. But it doesn't have all those mods and like expansion content that the first one did. It really feels like they've sort of hit the reset button on the game. You know, updated it, but then it's just not optimized. It's just not you know, kind of ready for everyone to play it. And as well as that, like, because they've put all of the content back to where it was. Dude, did that thing just come back? Like, it's got more stops on the line, surely. I did not expect it to do. Wait. I think I might have been watching a bus instead of this thing. Yeah, this game is so distracting. You can't finish a thought. Okay, anyway, it's coming back across. It stops, that's good. Now it should have like another stop, and then is that actually it? Because I feel like we could probably extend this further into the industrial area. It's making it stops. It doesn't appear to have any issues based on how the track is laid out there. So there is a question of like, do we want to extend that? Make the line more useful, possibly? Also, what would happen if we made all of this free? Well, based on usage, what I'm going to do is up that one to 6. Active vehicles 2. That don't look good. Okay, so let's go to the first line that no one's using. Like, let's put the vehicles down to 1. Then we got this one at 4%. I'm going to put that on 2 vehicles. I think mods would make this game set fire to even the best PC the way it is right now. Yeah, probably would. The grey dots on the left is the stops and the position it goes to the stop when viewing the train line. We talking about this view? You can get like, you can see how many passengers are there. What I was trying to spot is if putting the stops on the side that I did caused any issues, but kind of hard to tell. Right, I think what we're going to do is add another stop. It goes deep into this industrial area, this office area actually. It's now got offices too. Do you know what would be kind of cool actually? We should have put some high density stuff over here. Just to have like a little group of towers out on the outside. Just a little group of towers over there. I got a feeling that might look kind of cool. Okay, so going underground. And connecting this. Oh, that was the snap. That's the snap you want. Right, we want that type. Go up to here. Do that. Now, can we make this nice and simple? If I drag route to insert new waypoint. There it goes. Then, on the way back, we would want it to stop off here again. So we select that and then drag it to this side. Cool. Now, hopefully, this one gets a few more passengers as a result of that. As we're giving our peeps a way to get down to this spot. That's kind of cool. I like those high rises there. Oh, look at the land. Raised up. Raised up. Right, we've got a bit more. Look, see, the traffic's now given up on this area and it's now over here. And they don't want to use that. Actually, I think there's some lane switching issues here. Kind of don't look like the worst because it just gets backed up again. One day I'm going to have to send this world to Biffa, aren't I? Okay, let's go put some high rises here. As I feel like maybe not. Maybe a bit bigger. I feel like a couple of towers right there could look super cool. Right, and I do want to put a bit more industrial in this area. But I haven't really built the roads. I guess the problem is you've got all of that everywhere. Maybe I should keep it offices because of all the traffic. Ugh, lag spike. That's probably going to be a terrible idea. That'll probably just create more traffic. Oh, that's not quite what I wanted. Yeah, really just trying to put in the roads so more of this area just gets filled up is kind of the idea. And adding in connections like this might actually be a really bad idea. That might turn out to be a bad choice. Got a feeling, got a feeling. Okay, 2 high rises there. Bigger than I wanted, but I kind of think that's okay. Just to have a couple of those out here in the industrial area. We're gonna have to go all offices, I think, because of the traffic. We don't want to keep creating more, so this is going to be all offices. And all around that as well. And now the office demand has completely shrunk. Of course it has. Right, and then that gets this area over here totally zoned out, but only when they actually fill it out. Oh my god, is some of this land reappearing again? It looks super cool, this place. It looks super cool. I'm wondering, I'm working on some fan art, wondering if there's any details you want me to include, says Taro Pancakes. Hey, just do what you do. Increase the communication budget to increase its efficiency, says Toxic Gas. That's another way of, yeah, improving some things. Can give that one a try. Got so much money, it's crazy. So communications, let's nudge it up 10% and hope that helps. 60,000, we knocked it back up again. My Subway 1 line extension didn't really help. This one's now got a few more passengers. Yeah, I think at some point I might add another bus line. We go and look at traffic through one of these things here. Like, yeah, you can kind of see where the issues are. It might help to put like a bus route sort of through an area, but like on these green back streets as opposed to on the main ones to keep them out of the traffic. Sneaky save time. It's always a good time for a sneaky save. Always a good time. Let's do that. Subway 1 increases its passengers by 50%, aka 4 more people, yeah. We added a stop and 4 more people decided to use it. Collapsed due to lack of maintenance, dang. And a few more over here that have been collapsed. There was like this auto bulldoze feature. I seem to remember. I think that was actually a mod. It's like, is it my role as the person running this city to look out for those and come in and do that manually? Because I don't know, it just feels like why can't it just do that and figure itself out? I'm gonna put some offices there. Also, never filled out the rest of this block. If ever I wanted to put in a few more houses, like that'll immediately fill up, won't it? People want to move in. Okay, I think I'm going to turn some of these into industrial since we've got some demand down here. Just a handful of bits down there. And the rest of it's mostly turned in at this point. And we got insane traffic again! What did I say about adding this here? Might have been a mistake. It looks like that turned out to be true. I wonder if I can turn that into a roundabout. That'd be a very awkward... Oh my god, I can. Oh my god, weirdest roundabout ever. That may or may not help. There's people walking over here. This is the industrial area. I just reminded myself, didn't we create like a subway stop where we said there had to be a pedestrian path somewhere? I think it was here. And we never added it. Sorry, progress, apparently. Get out of your house. Oh god, it's the snapping again that makes everything a pain. Nope. Let's try this. Just want it... Ugh. Why won't it snap to the edge? I think it's the... I think it doesn't like the roundabout, basically. Are we overlapping with that building? It looks like I'm clicking on this one, if I'm totally frank. Yeah, I don't want to kick too many people out, so have a little obscure path like that. Creates a little connection across there for some foot traffic. Anyhoozle. There we go. Successful stream. Really tuned the city up, making a lot of money. Still got a load of these wealth bubbles. Still got traffic. Didn't really expand much today, but that's cool. We're ready for more expansion in the future. Hope y'all enjoyed it, by the way. It was a good one. I'll go find someone to regularly raid over here on Twitch if you're watching on YouTube and you want to be a part of the raid. Come over here to Twitch, hit the follow button over here on Twitch as well. And I'll send you over to Rendog today, who's working on boat race upgrades for the boat race, which I'm super stoked to be a part of in the future, whenever that happens. But yeah, that's it. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Should be doing another stream tomorrow if all goes to plan, and Friday as well. That's kind of my goal at the moment. Get straight back into it after I've had my break. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Hope you had a good time. And thank you everyone for your support. I'll see you soon. Take care.